So hello, in this video let's talk about Argand plane. So this is a part of chapter 5 complex numbers and quadratic equations class 11th. So Argand plane, the plane having a complex number assigned to each of its point is called Argand plane. If we talk about two-dimensional plane, so we have these two axes x minus x, y minus y. So this axis is actually called cos theta, where x-axis, right, and this is sine theta, right. So values on y-axis will take sine theta. So suppose this is that complex number z, right. So z value we know it is a plus iota b. So imaginary part will always be put on, imaginary part will always be considered on this y-axis, and this real part will always be on x-axis, right. So we'll take real part on x-axis and imaginary part on y-axis. So if we consider here, x coordinate will be, suppose this is r distance, right, and this angle is theta, right, theta. So this will be, this point will be r cos theta, right. This point will be r cos theta, right, because this is base and this is hypotenuse. So we know that base upon hypotenuse is cos theta. So base value will be hypotenuse cos theta. So hypotenuse is r. So base value will be, base upon r will be cos theta. So base is equal to r cos theta, right. So we can say x coordinate of this will be r cos theta, right, and y coordinate of it, so similarly perpendicular will be r sin theta, right, using trigonometry. So trigonometry, so we can say any complex number in Argand plane will be z, which is equal to r cos theta plus r sin theta, right. So or we can simply say it is equal to, okay, sorry, this is iota because imaginary part we are taking na. So iota r theta, r sin theta. So if we take r common, so this will be cos theta plus iota sin theta, right. So where r value will be equal to square root of x square plus y square, because this distance will be x square plus y square, right. So r value will be equal to root of x square plus y square, and z will be r cos theta plus iota r sin theta, right. So this is also called polar representation, but it is not in our syllabus. Due to this pandemic, it has been deleted from CBSE class 11 syllabus for this 2021. So till here we have in the syllabus. Here theta is called argument, theta is argument, and this is modulus. So modulus of this z is equal to modulus of this complex number will be this one, and theta is called argument, right. I'll make it more clear with the help of a question. So this is argument. So let's take exercise 5.2, question number first and second only we have to do, because polar representation has been deleted from the syllabus. So question number first is, find the modulus and argument of complex number z is equal to -1 minus iota root 3, right. So -1 minus iota root 3, that means we can say r cos theta, right. Real number is -1, and r sin theta, imaginary part is minus root 3, right. So we all know that if we square and add the values, so r cos theta whole square plus r sin theta whole square, right. So which is equal to -1 square plus minus root 3 square, right. So r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta, is equal to 1 plus 3, which is 4. So taking r square common, cos square theta plus sin square theta. Now cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So r square is equal to 4. So r is equal to root 4, which is 2. So r value is 2. That means modulus is r. Modulus is r. So modulus is equal to modulus is equal to 2, right? So modulus for it will be 2. Now r is equal to 2, right? So r cos theta is minus 1 and r sin theta is minus root 3. So r cos theta is equal to minus 1, r sin theta is equal to minus root 3. So r cos theta means 2 cos theta is equal to minus 1. So cos theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now cos theta is minus 1 by 2. Similarly 2 sin theta is equal to minus root 3. So sin theta is equal to minus root 3 upon 2. Now the quadrant in which both cos and sin are negative is third quadrant. So third quadrant is the quadrant in which both cos theta and sin theta is negative. So we can say thus theta will lie in third quadrant. So argument will be equal to, argument for this will be equal to minus pi minus pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3. I'll explain you how this happens. Now let's go back to that Argand plane. So in Argand plane this sort of diagram was there. So let's do this portion again. Suppose this is r cos theta, r iota sin theta, right? This axis is imaginary axis, right? This axis is real axis, right? So always if theta lies in first quadrant, right? If theta lies in first quadrant, or let's consider it alpha, let's take it alpha. So if alpha lies in, if alpha formula will be, firstly let me tell you, alpha is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x, right? Y by x means b upon a, we can say tan inverse modulus of b upon a. Modulus means we cannot take negative value out. So if alpha is equal to, now in first quadrant alpha will be equal to theta, right? In first quadrant means if z is equal to a plus iota b, so both are positive, so that means alpha is in first quadrant, so alpha will be equal to theta. If this iota b is negative, so that means it is in okay, if minus a is there, so that means if this is minus a, here z is equal to minus a plus iota b, that means it will lie in second quadrant. So in second quadrant theta will be equal to pi minus alpha, right? In third quadrant theta will be equal to minus pi minus alpha, and in fourth quadrant theta will be equal to minus alpha, right? Always remember this. So here we know that both are negative, cos is negative and sin is negative, that means theta is in third quadrant. Secondly, if we find out sin upon cos, right, if we get the value of sin upon cos, sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta, right? So from here tan theta will be equal to, or we can take it tan alpha or tan theta, let's take tan theta will be equal to minus root 3 upon 2 upon minus 1 by 2. That means minus to minus cancel, 2 to 2 cancel, root 3. Tan theta is root 3, right? So that means tan theta is root 3, so theta will be equal to pi by 3, right? Now theta is in third quadrant, theta will be equal to pi by 3. Theta is in third quadrant, so in third quadrant we know theta is equal to minus pi minus alpha. You can take it alpha for a while, whatever you are determining the angle now, that is alpha, because we don't know in which quadrant it is. So in raw form it will be called alpha. So you can consider it alpha for to remove this confusion. So theta will be equal to minus pi minus alpha in third quadrant. As we know, both are negative, so both negative will, that means theta is in third quadrant. So minus pi minus alpha is minus 2 pi by 3. So this is argument. So modulus for this complex number, so we can say thus modulus and argument of the complex number is which one? Minus 1 minus iota root 3 are 2 and minus 2 pi by 3 respectively. 2 and minus 2 pi by 3. Let's take second part. So in second part we have second question, we have z is equal to minus root 3 plus iota. Now from here only we can say this alpha will lie in which quadrant? Second quadrant, because real part is negative and imaginary part is positive. So real part is negative and imaginary part is positive, second quadrant, right? So that means r cos theta is equal to minus root 3 and r sin theta is equal to 1. So r square cos square theta plus r square cos square theta will be 3 and r square sin square theta will be 1, squaring both the sides. So r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is equal to 3 plus 1, which is 4. Taking r square common, cos square plus sin square theta, cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 4. So cos square plus sin square is 1, so r square is equal to 4, so r is equal to 2. That means modulus is 2. Now modulus is 2. Now 2 cos theta will be equal to, so from here we can say 2 cos theta is equal to minus root 3 and 2 sin theta is equal to 2 sin theta is equal to here it is given 1, right? 1. So cos theta is equal to minus root 3 upon 2 and sin theta is equal to 1 by 2. So tan alpha is equal to tan alpha is equal to b upon a, as I told you. So b here, b value is root 3, b value is 1 in the question, so b is 1 upon, and a is minus root 3, right? Modulus of this. So alpha is equal to tan inverse 1 by root 3. This implies alpha is equal to, now tan inverse 1 by root 3. So tan value is 1 by root 3 at tan pi by 3. So that is alpha will be pi by 6 at tan 30 is 1 by root 3 na? So pi by 6, so alpha is pi by 6, and this alpha lies in second quadrant. How do we know this? Because this is x value and this is y value, so x is negative, y is positive. So x negative, y positive lies in second quadrant. So in second quadrant we have theta is equal to pi minus alpha. So we can say argument theta is equal to pi minus pi by 6, taking LCM 6 pi minus pi 5 pi by 6. So argument for this question is 5 pi by 6 and modulus is 2. So we can say modulus is equal to 2 and argument is equal to 5 pi by 6. So using alpha we did it. So don't get confused with alpha and theta. In first quadrant both alpha and theta are equal, right? In second quadrant theta is equal to pi minus alpha. In third quadrant theta is equal to minus pi minus alpha. In fourth quadrant theta is equal to minus alpha. So just remember this table, and just consider here z is equal to, if z is, if complex number is of the form minus a plus iota b, then it will lie in second quadrant. If it is of the type z is equal to minus a minus iota b, then it will be in third quadrant. If it is z is equal to a minus iota b, then it will be in fourth quadrant, right? So that's all for this video, and remaining parts, polar representation has been deleted from the syllabus. Otherwise you can easily do this polar representation also with this table. So thank you.